So in this video, we're gonna make a Kratky hydroponic bucket out of purely garbage that I found on the ground outside in my neighborhood. This is an upcycled Kratky bucket, if you will. Basically. The other day I was walking around and I found some foam on the ground. And I thought to myself, this is too good of an opportunity to pass up. I gotta take this home with me and pair it with this trash can I found the other day. So, first thing you gotta do, get together your materials. I got my foam. That's gonna be my top. And then I got my bathroom trash can. Somebody moved out and left this behind. They just left it on the sidewalk. And so I took it. All you really have to do is cut out a top out of the foam so that it fits in the top of the bucket, so it won't move. It'll stay stable in there. And then you make your little planting sites. Foam is a really versatile material. It's great because you don't need power tools to cut it. But whenever I see foam, when I'm out walking, when I see foam in somebody's trash can, I always grab it because I don't need to plug in a power tool in order to cut that thing and make it useful. I can just use a pair of scissors. So I use some rockwool because I'm gonna use the rockwool to hold my seeds. So the planting sites have to fit my rockwool. So I'm gonna use my rockwool cubes as a stencil. 2 inches apart is a good distance. Most plants don't like to be too close together. An example of a plant that doesn't care too much about being too close to other plants would be like lettuce, like a mesclun mix or arugula. But sometimes you don't want to grow mesclun mix or arugula. Maybe you want to grow like a head of lettuce. That thing needs more room. So in order to stay more versatile, I've only put 2 planting sites in the top that I'm making. When you cut out the planting sites, you want to make sure that the rockwool can fit all the way down to the bottom of, to the other side of the planting site, because it has to make contact with the water that will be inside of your bucket. When I cut out my holes, one of them was pretty good. The other one needed a little bit more work, so I went back in. The foam I found, unfortunately, was only like 1/2 inch thick and a little bit flimsy. It was used as like just a lightweight packing material. So I had to stack a few together in order to get a structurally sound top. And I taped them together with some duct tape. But that'll work just fine. I would have preferred foam that's like 1 inch thick. And unfortunately, in my case, I only got the flimsy kind. And just like that, didn't take too much time at all. Look, it fits right in the top of my bucket. And the rock wools stay in place too. I'd say this only took 10-15 minutes to assemble. And I can grow 2 plants in this Kratky. An economic use of space for this particular Kratky, since like you could grow anything you want. I could grow relatively large-ish baby bok choy. That would be a good use of this space. Largish heads of lettuce that you just let grow to like their max size, and you could grow lettuce, let it grow to only a small size, basically like a baby, the kind of lettuce you'd find in a box at the supermarket. But I wouldn't plant that kind of lettuce in this particular bucket. I would plant that kind of like loose medium format. So with this kind of bucket, you fill it with water, add your nutrients, your powdered nutrients or your liquid nutrients, whatever. And then you're good. You can see that the water gets soaked right up into the rock wool. I'm not going to put aeration in this bucket. I'm just going to leave it as is. And the plants will be just fine. They'll be quite happy. With this setup, if you just fill up the water to the bottom, to just touch the bottom of the foam, the plants will be more than happy. They'll have enough oxygen and they'll do just fine. This bucket is small enough that you could put it near a window and it wouldn't be in the way. You could put it in your grow tent, if you got a grow tent, and just stick it in the corner. A good thing about a narrow bucket like this is if you have a grow tent with a bunch of larger buckets, often you'll have some leftover space where it would be nice if you could stick something in there, because that's a more efficient use of your resources being your light. So this particular bucket, I think what I'll put baby bok choy in there, or some heads of lettuce, and stick it in my grow tent. That's it. That's all, folks. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed upcycling a Kratky bucket with me. When you get your next big package in the mail, with that comes with some packing foam. Maybe you order some steaks from Omaha Steaks. You get one of those stiff styrofoam insulated packages. Cut that thing up, make a Kratky lid out of it, cut out some planting sites, buy yourself some rock wool. In this video, I used 1.5 inch rock wool. But if you used 1-inch rock wool, then you could fit probably 3 or maybe even 4 planting sites in here. Plant yourself some arugula. Maybe you could do 5. Have a nice little hedge of arugula. So if you're just looking to get started with hydroponics, find yourself some foam, get any old bucket of any old size. You could get a coffee container, a plastic Folgers coffee container, 48-ounce coffee container. Get your piece of foam, cut it to the shape of the lid, cut some holes out of the top, and put it on your desk and let it grow using sunlight. Right, that's it. I'd love to see what kind of Kratky buckets you all make. You can get really creative, and I'm sure you'll come up with something great. All right. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.